Race number 268 is the A final of the Open Lightweight Women's Single Scull. In lane 1, representing Team Singapore, Aisyah Gala. In lane 2, from Western Australia Rowing Club, Janelle Austin. In lane 3, Amy Walters of Melbourne University. In lane 4, Georgia Miansarow of Mosman Rowing Club and the National Training Centre, Canberra. In lane 5, Georgia Nesbitt of Huon and the Tasmanian Institute of Sport. In lane 6, Annabel Gibson of Adelaide. In lane 7, Alexandra Hayes of Huon. And in lane 8, Mure of Huon.
Great depth in the field from the Huon club. Georgia Nesbitt, one of the favourites there in lane number 5, alongside of her, Georgia Miansarow, who started off her rowing over in the United Kingdom at Taiwan Scholar School and came out to Australia a few years ago and has represented New South Wales at youth cup level and part of the very strong Mosman squad coached by Alfie Young. And those two were the two Georges were part of the under-23 lightweight double scull for Australia last year, and they were bronze medalists at the World Under-23 Championships. So a lot of talent in the centre of the field, and a lot of talent throughout the field. Janelle Austin making her first National Championship A final. Aisyah Gala from Team Singapore, who's coached by Alan Bennett, has had a win at the Southeast Asian Games back in 2013, and a very talented sculler who bases her training out of Mosman Rowing Club. And a lot of these scullers you will see competing in the Victoria Cup on Sunday, which is the Interstate Quad Sculls for lightweight women. And you expect that Tasmanian crew to be very, very strong indeed, with Alexandra Hayes and Mure on this side of the course in lanes 7 and 8. So they've covered around about 250 metres, having gone for the best part of a minute in the Open Women's Lightweight Single Scull, and not a great deal separating these scullers as they make their way down this 2,000 metre course. The B final, just 5 scullers contesting this for places 9th through to 13th. And we have Stephanie Radford of Melbourne University that leads Thea Adamson, also of Melbourne University. Sim Healy is next of Swan River. Then we go to Bridget McDonald of Mercantile and Anna Thornton of Champion Lakes in 5th position. With the B final with 250 metres to go, no change with Stephanie Radford still holding sway by just over 2 boat lengths ahead of Thea Adamson, both from the Melbourne University Club, which is on the eastern side of those 7 boat sheds at Boathouse Drive in the centre of Melbourne. 3rd, Swan River's Sim Healy, and then there's some clear water then to McDonald of Mercantile and Thornton of Champion Lakes in 5th position. Just over 100 metres to go in this B final, and Stephanie Radford looks to have it very much in her grasp. Adamson set to place 2nd, and I think there'll be no change here, so it makes sense to then go to the presentation now for the men's pair.
The presentation of medals for the Open Mens Coxless Pair Championship of Australia and the Ted Bromley Memorial Trophy. Medals will be presented by Rob Scott, President of Rowing Australia and Olympic civil medalist in the Coxless Pair. Third place and bronze medalists Sydney Rowing Club and the Victorian Institute of Sport. Ben Coombs and Cameron Brewer. Silver medalists Sydney Rowing Club and the New South Wales Institute of Sport. James Chapman and Josh Hicks. Coached by Donovan Check, Jason Baker and Lachlan Carter. Gold medalists and Australian champions for 2015, Sydney Rowing Club and the National Training Centre Canberra. Spencer Turin and Alexander Lloyd. Coached by Donovan Check, Jason Baker and Lachlan Carter. The presentation of the Ted Bromley Memorial Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate the 2015 Australian champions and medalists from Sydney Rowing Club in the Men's Open Coxless Pairs.
So we have in this Open Women's Lightweight Single Scull for the Herald and Weekly Times Cup, it is Huon that is leading. Georgia Nesbitt has really moved away in the latter stages of this one from Georgia Miansarow of Mosman. In third we have Adelaide's Annabel Gibson, who just about 100 or so metres ago nearly cleaned up this pelican that started to drift across into lane number 8 and was nearly also cleaned up by Eve Mure, and may be able to stop the Oxford-Cambridge boat race, but nothing can sort of swap the Open Lightweight Women's Single Scull Final of Australia, and no one can stop Georgia Nesbitt of Huon and the Tasmanian Institute of Sport. She is well clear, looking very strong, very long. Doesn't sit the tallest in the boat, but she gets a long way forward and puts plenty on it. And she's moving well clear now of Georgia Miansarow, who has always been rating a point or two higher, but not quite being able to match the Huon sculler for that length or the power through the water. And Georgia Nesbitt of Huon will take out the Women's Lightweight Single Scull Championship of Australia. And second will go to the other Georgia Miansarow of Mosman Rowing Club. Third set to go to Annabel Gibson of Adelaide. And then fourth over to the West Australian sculler, Janelle Austin, who has claimed her best placing in a national championship in the single scull. She'll be delighted over there in fourth. Fifth to Alexandra Hayes of Huon, followed by Aisyah Gala of Team Singapore in sixth. Seventh to Eve Mure of Huon, and in eighth place will be the Melbourne University sculler Amy Walters.